Hi guys, in previous class we discussed about the basics of additive manufacturing. Today we are going to see about unit 2, that is reverse engineering and CAD modeling. So in this unit we have two parts. One first of all, first half consists of reverse engineering topics and another topic consists of CAD modeling topics. Today in this class we are going to discuss only in reverse engineering. Okay, so let's move on to the syllabus of this unit. Uh, we are going to see about the basic concepts of digitization techniques, then model reconstruction, data processing for rapid prototyping. This is in reverse engineering part. After that, CAD model preparation, data requirements, geometric modeling, and then wireframe, surface, and solid modeling. This coming under CAD modeling techniques. Okay, so let's move on to the reverse engineering basics. Before entering into reverse engineering topic, we should know about forward engineering process. So forward engineering is all about the product is created by the concept. After that, the machining process, we can create the product. Okay. So in engineering a product, the manufacturing process involved. Okay. So unlike forward engineering, reverse engineering is little bit differ from forward engineering. So first of all, here in forward engineering, the concept is first created. After that, engineering a product, the product will be developed. So here the product identified, the replica of the product will be created using reverse engineering techniques. Some digitization techniques involved, so later we will see about the digitization techniques and all. After the digitization technique, we have some CAD data. After that CAD data, that is concept. After that CAD data, we imported into any manufacturing systems. After that, the product will be developed. Okay, so this is all about reverse engineering. So we will see later about the digitization technique and all. Okay, so let's move on to the reverse engineering concepts. Consider this scenario. We have one wheel, right? Okay, so we lost the CAD data. So what will happen now? So we have to create. So we are in need to create the wheel. Okay, so for the creation of wheel, we need some CAD data, right? So okay, so we lost the CAD data means, so by in this scenario we have to digitize. We have to use the digitization techniques for capturing the cloud points of this wheel. Okay, so for that we going to use some 3D scanning techniques or some CMM. Okay, so in order to capture the cloud points. Okay, after that cloud points in CAD software, we have to segment the surfaces with the cloud points. So after the 2D structure, we create the 3D model. Okay, so after the 3D model, the material will be selected. So the material for that will not that will be selected in this part. So after that material identification and selection, so it will be transferred into CAM machine. So any CNC or any RP techniques will be transferred into that. So after that, the validation of the part, so whether it will be okay for manufacturing. Okay, that will be checked here. So after that checking part, finally the will is created. Okay, so here the process is reversed, right? So first of all, the old wheel is captured. The concept will be captured from the old wheel. Okay, so after that these all techniques will be done. After that, the validation of the part, the required part will be created. Okay, so this is the entire cycle of reverse engineering. So let's see about some case studies. We have some few case studies. I will address it. Okay. So first of all, here the engine housing for of an agricultural tractor will. Okay. We know we're going to see. So first of all, this is the original parts. Okay. So as I already told that we have only the original part. So we don't have some CAD data. So any design related data. Okay, so in that, for this purpose, we are in need of creating the or duplicating this original part. So what will happen now? Okay, so we have to capture the cloud point data. So in order to create the CAD data, we have to first capture the cloud points. That is called the 2D structure. Now the 2D structure like that. So here we are we are going to use some 3D scanner or CMM to measure the cloud points. So after that cloud points, capturing the cloud points, it will transfer into any CAD software. After that the CAD model will be created, and you know the future part, you know the remaining part. The CAD data will be transferred into any CAM missions or rapid prototyping techniques. The prototype or final part will be created using that CAM software, sorry, CAM machines or RP machines. Okay, so this is the case study 1, engine housing. So let's move on to case study 2. So here this sculpture will be created. Okay, so digitalization of sculpture. Here you can see that the original structure, original sculpture is there. So we not to replicate the sculpture, we have few steps to attain that. So first of all, the original sculpture will be scanned using in three-dimensional 3D scanning systems or CMMs. Okay, we have to capture the cloud points, the surface like surface cloud points. So here the data will be in 2D. Okay, or any some 3D spaces is there, but the data will be in 2D. So this will be transferred into any three-dimensional software. So we have to model model 2D from 3D. Okay, so here the 3D sculpture will be created. After that 3D sculpture, it will be transferred into any RP machines. The original required product will be created. Okay, so exactly the original sculpture will be recreated using the reverse engineering technique with using RP machines. Okay, let's move on to case study 3. Here mold design and manufacture. Here we have one baby chair. Okay, so assume this case we lost the data of the baby chair. Okay, wow? So okay, so in order to create the baby chair we have to design some mold. Okay, so this will be transferred into again the 3D scanner coming to picture. So using this 3D scanning data, we created this mold. After that the mold will be manufactured, used for further purposes. Okay, so this is case study 3. We just saw about the case studies and the basics about reverse engineering. Now move on to the definition of reverse engineering. So reverse engineering is the process of redesigning. So okay, redesigning an existing product to improve. Actually, the performance will be improved. Okay, the redesigning means the we going to enlarge its functions and quality to increase the useful life. So this is coming under reverse engineering techniques. The main of this reverse engineering is to reduce the manufacturing cost. Okay, the manufacturing cost is the prime one in developing the product, right? So manufacturing cost will be reduced by surely the with the use of reverse engineering. We have to minimize the manufacturing cost of the new product, making it competitive in market. So actually we redesigning the product, right? So it will be competitive in market, obviously. So the duplication is done without the aid of drawing documentations or computer model. So any three-dimensional computer model or whatever the drawing documents. Okay, so this will be used in reverse engineering to recreate or redesigning the product. Okay. Okay, so why reverse engineering? This is the prime thing we should know about. Okay, reverse engineering. So the original manufacturer has already told that the original manufacturer of a product no longer produces the product. So in case of old Maruti 800 watts, the manufacturer no longer produces the existing product. Okay, so these cases reverse engineering come into picture. So we have to scan, for example, we are in need of some Maruti 800 spot, means we have to scan the old spares. After that, scan the old parts, we have to create 3D model. After that 3D model, we transfer into any manufacturing systems to create the modification parts. Okay, so in that case we use the reverse engineering come into picture. The original manufacturer no longer exists. For example, in case of Dynora TVs, okay, Dynora TVs, the manufacturer that no longer exists. So in such cases also reverse engineering will be used. The original design documentation have been lost or never existed. So in case of any fire accidents or whatever, maybe the disaster thing. So in this case, the design documentation purely lost. Okay, so in this case, reverse engineering is also used. Uh, again there is an inadequate documentation purpose, so insufficient documentation of the original design. So in this case also reverse engineering will be used. Some bad features of an any design, so in need of redesigning the bad features we have to redesigning the parts, right? So in this case reverse engineering is also useful to analyze the good and bad features of competitive product. Okay, this is the prime thing, that is benchmarking a product like that. Okay, so to analyze the, for example, if consider this case study, if A is the Ashok Leyland and B is the Tata. So in the Tata needs to analyze the good and bad features of Ashok Leyland, means they have to scan its product. After that they have to find what are the good and bad features of that. So in case of good features, they have taken from that and adopt for their purpose only. Okay, so in case of this purpose reverse engineering also used to gain the competitive benchmarking, as already told that. So the original CAD model is not sufficient to support the modifications. So in case in need of for example, the CAD model is very old. Okay, now we're using some advanced version, right? So this kind of problem, this kind of scenarios also reverse engineering will be used. Okay, so for these are the reasons we are going to use reverse engineering. Okay, this is a typical workflow of reverse engineering. First of all, the object will be scanned using three-dimensional scanning machines. After that scanning, it will be detect futures and some cloud points have to reconstruct that. So after the reconstruction, data will be given to CAD modeling softwares. So if CAD modeling softwares, it will be corrected and it transfer into any CAM systems or any RP systems. Okay, so this steps very important to create the prototypes or exact model. So after CAM machines, it will be transferred into CNC machines. After CNC machine, the finalized product or mold will be done. Okay, so this is a typical workflow of rapid prototyping. Let's move on to reverse engineering tools. These are the reverse engineering tools. So either we using in order to scan the data, we going to use CMM means coordinate measuring machine, or any 3D three-dimensional scanner, 3D printer for creating prototypes, laser sintering also creating the prototypes. Okay, here the one engineer scanning the old model. Here you can exactly see here. So 3D laser scanner using extensively for reverse engineering. Okay, this is the 3D scanning machine. Okay, so let's move on to reverse engineering process. It has four steps. So first of all, digitalization of the object, digitalization of the data capturing using CMM or scanner. So a lot of times already told that we have to scan the data like that. So this wooden part, this is the pattern, or the original part. We consider this is the pattern or original part. So the original part will be recreated by using three-dimensional scanner. This is the cloud points of that wooden pattern. After that, the cloud points will be transferred into 3D three-dimensional model. Okay, processing of a measured data. So this is the measured data. It will be processed in three-dimensional modeling softwares. After that, three-dimensional modeling software will be transferred into any RP machines or rapid prototyping machines in order to create the fabricated part. Okay, so this is the these are the four steps in reverse engineering process.